What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another super serious rank 1 push video. The other day, we showed up a team that used like Grimmsnarl, Porygon 2, Regieleki, and a super bulky Zacian, and we got into the 200s, and I said I might want to be making a little bit of a rank 1 push later this week. You know, we've actually used a few more Patreon rental teams since then. I've used a couple of other, crazy meme teams since then, so we've gone down a little bit into the 400s, but I do think if we actually put our thinking caps on and played the game correctly, it's totally possible for me to hit rank 1 with this team. So we're going to be trying another video where we try to get maybe back into the 200s and see where we go from there. I want to direct you guys to the question, and that is, what's the highest rank you've ever achieved in, not only in Pokemon, but I guess in any game? Are there any other games you guys are super good at that you've topped the ladder with? Let me know in the comments below. I know personally I've hit rank 1 in, back in the older formats, back in like X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, stuff like that. Like, I've been rank 1 in all of the older gens basically since the ladders actually started back in, I think, either the end of Gen 4 or Gen 5. I think Platinum era or Heart Gold Soul Silver is kind of when we even got like online Wi-Fi battles. So I've been rank 1 in all those formats in various different things like triples, rotations, singles, doubles. So it's been a lot of fun to do that over the years, and let's see if we can do it in VGC. So wish me luck. We're still using the same team as we did last time with that super cool black glasses Grimmsnarl. Let's just dive right into it. Here we go. So our first game, a little bit of a Zacian mirror match. That Lando is going to make things a lot harder than I really want it to be, but if I can get up my screens, I'm going to be in a really, really good spot. I do think Grimm can be very, very good here. I can screens versus most of those, and they really have to be afraid of my taunt with Grimmsnarl. So, like, they have to really be afraid of me taunting their Amoonguss. If I was using a sub Zacian, I don't remember if the Zacian has a sub. I don't think it does. Yeah, player off. All right, cool. So no sub there. That means I'm going to want to go heavy into Incin. I think something like Incin Grimm is actually a really, really good lead with Porygon to help peel off that Lando, and then Zacian. I don't really think I need Regieleki in this board. Regieleki would be really, 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 really bad against things like Amoonguss and Landers, which I know they're probably bringing both of those. Rillaboom is okay against a lot of these. It's not that great for Incin, not that great for Zacian, which, again, I know they're probably bringing both those. If I had to assume what Pokemon my opponents were bringing, I'd say it's a mix of Zacian, Incineroar, Lando, and Amoonguss. And maybe we see Urshifu if they're really afraid of Porygon. Maybe we see Regieleki because we have no ground types. That's totally possible. But I have coverage for those mons with the rest of the team, and I do think just setting screens, getting nice Intimidate, and having Fake Out Pressure early is the way to win. I think one thing that a lot of people don't really think about when they're playing is they don't think of the effect that their own teams have on the opponent's play. They say, oh, my opponent's going to bring this because they like that Pokemon. But what you really should be thinking is, my opponent's going to be bringing this because if they don't bring this, they can't stop what we have. The things that we have, the order that we put them in, the items that we choose, and the way that we play our games dictate what opponents do. They're reacting to what we're doing when the meta's fully optimized like this. So let's see if I'm able to correctly analyze the Pokemon that they brought. I could still totally see Aleki. Aleki's great for speed control in the Zacian mirror. And if they do that, that means they've dropped something somewhere else. So far, I'm 100%. They have the Lando, they have the Zacian. Those are great Pokemon versus my board. This is a great Intimidate, though, into that Zacian slot, and it's going to be very, very important. I wonder if I actually just want to go, like, Fake Out Lando Flare Blitz. I kind of do, actually. What would they switch in? Switch in Water Shifu? That'd be bad. Not gonna lie, that'd be bad. Because they could just, screens me through that. That'd be very, very bad. Are they that good? Let's see. Again, this is the top of the ladder. It's hard to say. They might just be double protecting this first turn as well. If they switch in that Water Shifu, we're gonna be in for a bad time. We're gonna have to switch in our Zacian and take a lot of damage on that. I'll try and steal their Zacian this turn. This Grimm doesn't have Fake Thunder Wave. Oh my gosh, this Grimm's supposed to have Fake Out, not Thunder Wave. That changes this whole game. Yeah, we just need a Light Screen then. I was supposed to have Fake Out on this thing, not Thunder Wave. I guess we just need a Light Screen then. Oh well, I thought I had Fake Out to fake out that Lando. Let's see if they're protecting. Yeah, I would have Fake Out of that Lando. So I have to eat an Earth Power here, which I don't want to eat. I didn't want to eat that. There's the Behemoth Blade into our Grimm. This is totally fine if we're foddering our Grimm to take out their to take out their boy. Like, I'm okay with that. I would love to be able to take out the Zacian this turn. It just really, really sucks that we didn't have Fake Out. Because, like, we're eating this Earth Power, whereas we don't have to eat this Earth Power right now. Like, we didn't have to eat that. We could have just Fake Out. I thought that I led with Grimm because I thought it had Fake Out. Like, I anticipated this lead, and I played around that. Now let's see though, hopefully we can KO. This should KO a regular Sweeper Zacian. Looks like they're a little bit bulky. Actually a lot bit bulky to be able to not die from that. I think Porygon's gonna be great here though. We can't realistically stop the Zacian from going all in on us, but let's see. I think that Incineroar's time is up basically. We just have to try and get our Trick Room up and then bring out our Zacian. And our Zacian should be underspeeding theirs. And then we can go for like a bunch of other stuff. And I didn't want to go fake out into like setting a screen. I don't think that's necessarily the correct way to play it. I will Parting Shot into this Lando in case they want to play it really, really weird. And I'm just going to try and Trick Room. So let's see what they want to do. You have a draw on the Lando. Yeah, this is the right play for me. Sacred Sword will not KO our Porygon at all. And if it's Urshifu coming in... Oh, it's Incin. Okay. It's a great Incin bring in there for both of us, really. I mean, it's a great Incin play. I want to see if they're protecting or if they're just attacking my Incin. I don't really care because I get a free shot here. Wouldn't there be Behemoth Blading my Incin slot? Good play. Yeah, Incins don't really carry the protect, and I couldn't really switch out there for anything on my team, so great play there. I am going to get my Trick Room up, and I'm able to bring my Zacian in unintimidated. So I think this is still almost winnable. Yeah, Trick Room's kind of nice here, I'm not going to lie. I actually am going to double into this Incin. They can fake out one of my mons. They can fake out like Behemoth Blade my Zacian, but then like they should be fake outing my Porygon if I'm being completely honest. And so let's see how much damage we're taking. We're playing super, super risky right now. Like super, super risky. But we have to play greedy like this. I want to see if Porygon got the attack or special attack boost. It got the special attack boost. Yeah, I mean, if they don't fake out, we definitely have shots. So they like protect their Zacian and go for like a Flare Blitz. We'll be able to eat the Flare Blitz and we'll be able to basically get the double KO into the Incin here. And then we just Ice Beam the Lando. Our Zacian underspeeds their Zacian. We're in a good spot. Yeah, we knew they were switching there, so this is great. I want to see what they're doing with the Incineroar here. Fake out, survey says. Fake out's the correct target. That sucks. But it should be okay. So Thunderbolt's going to do a lot here. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. They can totally go for Spore into my Zacian. I think they might actually Spore my Porygon. I think I'm going to play a little bit greedy. One of these is going to go off. Yeah, let's see. There's the Spore into Zacian. Wow, I could have protected that. That's kind of nutty how they went for that. I wonder if they're just going to be Parting Shot into my Porygon. Because, like, this Porygon, this is going to chunk here, like, a lot. This is a lot of damage in this Amoonguss. A lot. Yeah. Next one will get the KO. Parting Shot. Cool. That works. Into the Porygon. So they're able to, like, reapply, like, a bunch of stat drops on the Incin. They still have all 4 of their Mons. And I just want to talk about this. What 4 Mons did we say I thought we were going to see? What 4 Mons? Zacian, Lando, Incineroar, Amoonguss. It's that easy to pick what 4 you think they're going to see based off what our team says that it does. Now, we were on the unfortunate, side of a couple bad turns by I basically just lost this game because I thought my Grim had fake out. I basically just lost the game. But, we are still playing to our outs. If they make some big misplays, like we do have shots, Porygon has to just kind of eat this in the face. I guess who should we be trying to hit? I think we should be trying to hit this Lando, as weird as that sounds. And they're just going to Spore our Porygon. So there's the Spore. Zacian can wake up this turn. I think it's better to go after this Lando right now. Because right now we're still unintimidated. And we don't want to... We want to go for Behemoth Blade before Incin comes back in. There's the Earth Power. Looks like it's not Scarfed. It's probably going to be Life Orbed. You can see we still have that Light Screen up for, like, I think, one more turn. So Zacian gets to wake up. If we can take out the Lando this turn, this is going to be great. It's going to be great. I don't know if we take it out, though. We could have taken out the Amoonguss, but I think going after the Lando is going to be very, very important. Yeah, he's probably EV trained to live that. So good play from him. Light Screen wears off. We can go over and Protect. And last turn of TR. So Porygon can also wake up here too. They're probably switching out for Incin this turn. They should definitely switch out Amoonguss for Incin this turn. I'm actually going to have to read that then. We have to Sacred Sword here then, anticipating the Incin switch in, and we have to wake up with our Porygon after 1 turn and go for the Ice Beam on the Lando to seal up the deal. It's the only play that we can make since we're this far behind. Yep. Ooh, switching that one out for Incin. It's a double switch? Don't get frozen, bro. Don't get frozen. They just, Rage Powdering? I don't think that's the right play either. They should just Respore me. Yeah, good play. I think the play that I talked about was better, you know, going for an Earth Power and like switching out to re-get your Regenerator up. But it is what it is. So Zacian had to be asleep that turn. We actually can wake up this turn, so that is kind of nice. I wonder if they're gonna Rage Powder. So let's see if we can get done. There's the switch in. Probably gonna be their Zacian. If we can get a freeze here, that can actually go really well for us. Yep, we could just get, or we can just wake him and get the KO. We're at neutral right now. It's hard to say exactly how this is going to go down. I think Amoonguss is very, very hard for us to deal with. We do stay asleep. That sucks. There's the Flare Blitz right into our face. Damn. Yeah, we talked about what 4 we thought we would see. We tried our very best. Oh, and we got crit there now. To deal with it, but I will say, like, you know, normally I wouldn't upload this game. Normally I wouldn't upload this game because, like, literally we just lost the game to our Grim not having the moveset that I thought that we had. I really thought that we had Fake Out. Like, I really, really thought we had Fake Out. I think Thunder Wave, like, I'll keep the Thunder Wave and I'll play with Thunder Wave moving forward. But I do think that us not having Fake Out basically led us taking 90% of our Sonorous health in the first turn, which we shouldn't have taken. We should have had Fake Out, and we should have had our Zacian doing what it wanted. So it's unfortunate that we lost our Grim, you know? So it's like, I don't really think that's a misplay as much as, you know, just like when I go in with these rental codes that have like all the wrong moves, and I think it's one thing and it's something else. What am I supposed to do? You know, you play with the cards that you're dealt. We were correct in analyzing what mons they had. We were correct in analyzing their play style and what they wanted to do with it. But, you know, that's, you can't play coming from behind on the first turn against like players at like the very tippy top of the ladder. So unfortunately, we're gonna lose this one, but we might be able to get those points back in the next game. Let's get ready. All right, so now that we know that our Grimmsnarl has Thunder Wave and not Fake Out, which, like, I should have known that before. It's just been, it's been a couple days since I used this team. How do I want to deal with this? I think the Grimm's still a great lead here. They have Fake Out with their potential Rilla, but, like, Rilla doesn't really want to deal with, like, the rest of this board. Porygon is great versus Eternatus, in my opinion. Zacian's great versus a lot of those. I don't really want the Lecky. Let's go back to what I was talking about before. What do we think they're going to be bringing? I do think they're definitely bringing their Eternatus. I would not be surprised to see Mamoswine here. I think Urshifu's probably coming. And if it were me, I'd say Torn. I don't think that they want to bring... The only reason they'd bring Uxie is because that they're fighting me, and they want to show off their strat on my YouTube channel. That's like the only reason I think Uxie would come to fight like the Incin Zacian squad. They don't have any Intimidators. I can just lead Grim Zacian. I think we want to bring Rilla here, though. As weird as Rilla sounds, I almost want to say that's going to be Urshifu Water, and we can help seal that up. And it's also, basically, Rilla's just here to switch in on Earthquakes, set the grassy terrain to make it so our Zacian has some recovery, and it's going to be a pretty good one. I think Incineroar is also usable, but I think Porygon's going to be a little bit more valuable. We don't really need Incineroar to break their Restricted, which is, you know, the main reason I have Incineroar on this team is to break things like Zacians. We don't really need to do that here. I think we're going to be okay with these 4. And Rillaboom and Porygon are great switch-ins if I get pinned. They're great switch-ins. Having the grassy terrain to pair with Grimmsnarl screens is very, very, very valuable. And I would still love to hit a Thunder Wave onto that Eternatus. That do a lot of damage. So let's go into it. See if we can get some wins up. I want to see what they're leading with. And by the way, once we see what they're leading with, we'll be able to know what their mons are in the back. That's another thing you really want to gauge. So let's see what they're leading with. So I'm 2 for 2 so far. I've gauged those that said both those mons will be coming. We know that Eternatus is probably coming, and the last one I said was Urshifu, right? So I really, really like this lead. I can go for an absolutely massive Reflect. I can go for a Behemoth Blade turn 1. I think that's a great looking play here. So Reflect's going to be amazing. They shouldn't be taunting. They're probably just Tailwinding and Earthquaking. And so I think I'm going to go Behemoth Blade, and then next turn probably like Protect, Hard Switch, and Rilla or something like that. I kind of want to actually Behemoth Blade this Torn, because I think it might be more of a problem. I don't think I can one-shot the Torn, but then when they bring out, like, they bring out Eternatus eventually, I don't think that actually matters. I'm gonna go for the Behemoth Blade onto the Torn instead of the Rilla. I think the Rilla's sashed. I don't think they'd leave Rilla in here either. And the fact that I'm setting a Reflect means we're gonna be fine. Yeah, see, it's almost like I play the game. There's no reason for me to go after that thing right now. There's absolutely no reason for me to go after it. He's probably thinking like, what? I can't believe you didn't go after that. It's like, I don't really have to. You know, I have a Reflect to basically mitigate you. I can switch in with my Rilla and finish you off with the Grassy Guard whenever I feel like it, after I use Foul Play next turn to break your Sash. So I think I'm going to be in a good spot. And this, one of these guys is sashed, right? We'll be able to know who it is this turn. Awesome, and so your Sash has to be on your Mamo, right? And the fact that you use Protect means you can't be vested, right? So it's probably sashed Mammo. Life Orb sees play, Scarf sees play, it can't be scarfed. So it's probably sashed over there, which means next turn we can just protect our Zashi, maybe even switch in Rilla to block the Earthquake damage, or, you know, potentially just switch in damage on the ground attack, and then go for a Foul Play, break Sash, and then Rillaboom can Grass Glide to finish it off from there. Or if they send out their Eternatus, we can just set screens. And I think I'm in a good spot from there. Survey says Urshifu Water. So if they do have, or sorry, Urshifu Dark, this means I was 100% correct in analyzing all 4 of both of my opponent's Pokemon in both the games that we played today. And it's all because I'm really comfortable with what my team says that it does. For those guys that are curious about how you guys can work on this in your own games, this is something that we're going to be working on in a series that I have coming out probably over the next week or so, where I show you guys how to build Pokemon teams from scratch and get all the correct data that you need. I think I'm just going to double into the Mammo, because its Protect is on cooldown. But yeah, basically, I'm going to be making a series over the next couple weeks showing you guys every step you need to take to build perfectly made teams. Wicked Blow, it's not going to do a ton. Not going to do it. I mean, you get the crit, but like, I'm a thick boy over here, and even high horsepower won't be able to break me. It won't. Yep, there's a high horsepower. So unless this crits, I'm fine. Is that a crit? Yo, talk about never lucky. Can you guys put a never lucky in my comment section? Because, like, I had that game won. I had that game won, and now I have to work really, really hard. That sucks. That definitely does suck. Alright, we're gonna be fine, though. That sucks. That crit really, really sucked. Okay. I kind of want to foul play that. Urshifu is where does that sounds? Yeah, fake out foul play Urshifu. They should just double protect here. Yeah, I know they're switching, so they have to. It's Eternatus, right? Cool beans. So we aged all 4. That sucks, man. That loss is not my fault. If they're protecting, they're making the right play here, I would say. Ooh, taking free damage. We take those. So that guy will be potentially within range for the Grassy Glide. Yeah, it's not a lot of damage, but it is significant. It's better than just throwing that into an Eternatus or something, I would say. And do I want to Thunder Wave that Eternatus? That's like my big question. I think I will. And then we're just going to have to bring out Porygon correctly. Porygon can still win the game if we get the Urshifu off the board. Go away! Oh, so close. Thunder Wave's going to be great here. We're going to lose our Rilla this turn. And then next turn, we'll be able to maybe use Porygon or something. Reflect is still up, so like Wicked Blow would have to be what they use against Porygon. Close combat, which won't be very strong. Gonna lose Rilla this turn probably, though. Sludge Bomb and Rilla, yep. Oh, Sludge Bomb to Grim. Yo, Grim's hot garbage. Like, I don't need this Pokemon anymore. Yeah, that's great. That's actually really good. Let's see if I kind of want to protect next turn to wait up to protect from the Urshifu. So, like, protect TR. And we'll still be underspeeding. Yeah, Porygon's great here. We can check the Mammo. We can check the Urshifu. We can check the Eternatus over time, I would say, unless it's like a weird recover set. And we get a special attack boost, which is busted. Yeah, I'm still going to go for a Trick Room here. And I'm going to protect for 1 turn. I mean, I could just go Grassy Glide in that slot, but then I'd probably lose my Rilla, you know? I don't want to deal with that. I'll protect here. If they want to go for a close combat on Porygon, it shouldn't get the KO. Yeah, that's fine. They're saving that guy. Maybe it's a choice Urshifu? It looks like it's choiced. He's choicing it so he can, you know, use, what is that move? Like, close combat later? Sludge Bomb and a Rilla block it. We take those. Awesome. So it's going to be a lot of damage here. I actually think I want to knock off this Eternatus because it's not orbed. And I think Porygon can KO the Rilla from here. I think Ice Beam should still be able to do it. And if they protect, right? Do I really want to do that? Reflex gone now too. I don't know if Ice Beam takes that thing out. Because it's not going to be thick about it's oblivious, right? I actually think I'm just going to double into the Eternatus, right? That sounds really smart. Let's go. Let's ignore the Rilla for the Mammo for 1 turn. It's almost like I play the game. Man, when I'm playing on point, I'm playing on point. Look at these reads. This is going to be a lot. Hopefully I'm not knocking off a... Hopefully I'm not activating a weakness policy, right? Thank goodness. The full para, yo, we take those all the way to the bank. That just won us the game. Fair and balanced gameplay. Get rid of that crit. Specs. It's specs. It can't protect. We take those. We do be taking those. Yeah. Grassy Glide, Ice Beam, win the game. Easy peasy. Give me that comeback, baby. And we're slower than Rilla, so our Grass Glide's going to go before their Ice Shard. Feels amazing, man. That's what you get for critting me through my Reflect. It's what you get. There we go. Ammo down. And Eternatus about to be going down too. Porygon busted. And the reason we're able to, you know, play this game correctly, and even with the last game that we played, you know, we did lose, but knowing what your team does, knowing what it says that it does, and knowing the things that your opponents are forced to respect, it makes it so you know what they're bringing every game in the team preview. It's a super, super underrated part of Pokemon that I think everyone can work on. There's no way you're going to be perfect and get it every time like me. I mean, you know, I'm just kidding. But when something does deviate, you got to think about why. I want to get you guys to start thinking about things, about why things are happening. So, like, let's say he would have brought something like, you know, Uxie, right? We got to think, what Mon did they cut? What things do I not need to respect anymore? So, like, if we saw the Uxie at the lead instead of, like, the Torn, we would have said, cool, we don't need to respect their speed control anymore. We can just be a bully. We wouldn't have had to, like, play around that Tailwind. If we would have saw Rilla and Torn, we just thought, that means they probably don't have one of those big physical attackers like Mamo or Urshifu in the back. If it's just Mamo we think that they have in the back, maybe we still set the Reflect. But if we think they just have Urshifu and Eternatus, that means we don't need to set the Reflect at all, right? And so we can use that to our advantage moving forward. Let's actually win the game correctly. Let's go. Yeah, we take those. So stuff like that, you gotta think about it. And so when something deviates, you have to be ready at a moment's notice to change your plan and not just play on autopilot. So hopefully you guys like that game. We're still trying our best to maybe think about shooting for rank 1. You know what? I'm gonna play one more game. I'm gonna play one more game because that game was a lot of fun. And I think you guys deserve one more game. If you guys have gotten this far in the video, you guys haven't left a comment yet, think about leaving a comment saying one more game. Let's go. Okay, Yveltal, Mineshaw, Scoliopeed. I wonder what the Scoliopede's doing there. I can tell you off the bat, Porygon is amazing here. As long as we make our Porygon not get absolutely washed by Mineshaw, we're going to be in a great spot. So I think something like Grimmsnarl Porygon can be really good. I do think that something like Zacian should still be coming. I think Regieleki is usable here. I'm not a big fan of it just because of the Amoonguss. I think I'm going to bring something like Grimmsnarl, Porygon, and Sin Zacian just because I really am over-respecting I am really over-respecting that Amoonguss right now because I want to set Trick Room. I kind of wish that my Regieleki was a Koko just for situations like this because Amoonguss really slows me down a lot. But if I were to go Grim, Porygon, with the ability to hard switch in... Now I can just pop a screen. Yeah, that's fine. So Grim, Porygon, Zacian, and Sin. So let's looking at these right now. So what do we think they're bringing, guys? We think they're bringing Yveltal, and it's so much easier to pick like what we think they're going to be bringing in the team preview because they have to when they're restricted, right? Otherwise, why even play it? They're going to be in the Yveltal. I'm really afraid of the Amoonguss, right? I think Amoonguss is great for Zacian. I think they're probably going to be bringing the Lando and the Mineshaw. That's my guess. Lando's still really good versus our team. So we're going to try our best to avoid the Lando. We don't really have any good switch-ins for Lando. We're going to be really, really reliant on screens and Trick Room to be able to make sure we can deal with that thing. And the only way we really lose is if they're smart about playing their Amoonguss. They get the most out of their Regenerator procs. And if they never let their Amoonguss eat a super effective attack like an Ice Beam or Fire Blitz, they're probably going to be able to maneuver around us and win the game. So let's see what they go with. Tornadus Mineshaw. So they've already deviated from what I thought they would do. That's a weird lead, right? That's probably trying to check Aleki Zacian, which is not that great versus our team, to be honest. Let's see what they have, though. We have our download getting an attack boost, which is not optimal in this situation. But now, what mon have they dropped out of this? Have they dropped the Amoonguss? Have they dropped their win condition? They have to have their Yveltal. They probably have their Lando and Yveltal now. So now that we know we don't have to respect the Amoonguss, we can try and go for Trick Rooms. Let's actually think what we want to do here. I think that Reflect is still really, really nice. I think Reflect is still super, super valuable. And I think I might actually want to switch in, like, Zacian is where that sounds. I don't think they're going to go Hurricane into Grim. I don't think Grim needs to be afraid. Zacian can soak a little bit of damage. And I don't just want to lose my Porygon. I'd like to be able to bring my Porygon in and have Porygon, you know, get that special attack boost. Because I think it's going to be very important for the rest of the game. So they shouldn't be Trick Rooming for, sorry, Tailwinding. They should be taunting. I'm scouting for taunt right here. There's the taunt. Awesome. And you can't taunt the Grim, which is make Grims really good. They should be taunting and close combating because they're not fake outing either. So let's see where they're going for. We get a big Reflect up right now. Very, very, very big Reflect up right now. And then knock up into the Grim, into the Zacian. That's not doing anything. What a great play from me, being able to analyze that Porygon did not want to deal with Mind Chow. Who would have thought? Probably Sash on that Mind Chow. Kind of want to just Thunder Wave it. Like, what's it going to do? Switch out for Orlando? Maybe. I can just Light Screen from there. Switch out for Orlando Tailwind. It's a good play. I think Thunder Wave's a good play into the Mind Chow. This Zacian set is made to outspeed Mind Chow by 1 point. So they need a Tailwind here if they want to be outspeeding. Otherwise, we just guarantee outspeed, which means if we do Thunder Wave and they Tailwind, we're still outspeeding by that 1 point. It's going to hit the Torn. Let's go. There's a Tailwind. So, again, so what's going to happen here is, unless I'm made wrong, unless I'm using the wrong Zacian. So we should hit this. Oh, we miss it. Never, ever lucky me. Never lucky me. Ever in my life. Did you know that? Did you know that I'm the unluckiest person to ever play? That sucks. That sucks a lot. Like, I don't just use moves that miss for funsies. That thing has to be Sash, too, which means I'm going to take a long time to deal with that thing. Yeah, Torn's down. So we do have an advantage. It sucks that Mind Chow is still just hanging out and chipping us. And so what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to send out their Lando and just be an absolute massive bully. And that Mind Chow should have been neutered by now. There's the Lando, just like I said. Now, we don't have a light screen up. I think I'm going to want the light screen. As weird as this sounds, like I'm going to take the time to do this. If they sub on me with Lando... Oh, I can't protect her taunt. I'm an idiot. So if they just double into the slot, I lose the game, basically. And if that Mind Chow is paralyzed, we wouldn't have a problem, but we do. Because they can just double into my Zacian now. They can go Earth Power, Close Combat in a Zacian. I think we actually have to, like, put up a light screen and just bring out Incin, which really, really sucks. And just bother the Incin. That sucks, man. I hate missing moves. But you would say, like, well, that's it. You could use Scary Face. That's not, Scary Face doesn't work like it works against each Each where we got the para hacks. So we had to do it just like this. Intimidate is wasted here. We're actually just tossing this Pokemon in the garbage right now. Yep. So we're going to see the light screen here. We have to set the screen at some point, you know, so we might as well just set it right now. Close combat. Into the Grim. Huh. That's fine. You want to throw damage in there, throw damage in there. Means you're not getting a KO on our Incin this turn. Probably don't KO our... Oh, doubling into the Grim. Did they think Zacian was going to protect? I switched in on Taunt. This is fine, actually. I'm totally okay with this, because I can just fake out the Lando and set my Trick Room. Yeah, I like that. And then we can Ice Beam there. And then Mind Chow gets taken out by a Swift Breeze at this point. It would have been nice if it was paralyzed, though. And we get a special attack boost? Yes, we do, baby! Let's go! You can't KO me. Part of me wants to just fake out this Mind Chow to exert dominance just because it would break that Sash. I want to see if they protect with the Lando this turn, because then it would be on Protect the next turn. Switching out Lando, okay. So that means I'm getting choice vibes from that Lando. It actually did a lot of damage to that light screen, too. There's the Yveltal, just like I talked about. Big problem, Pokemon. Our Incin's going to take a lot of damage, but close combat shouldn't just KO me, because we do have a Reflect up. Big Reflect. Big crits! Crit on the fake out. We take those. Knock up into the Porygon. Go for it. You're not even attacking the Incin? Yeah, we take those. Not attacking the Incin? We take those. I actually think if we can just double into this Mind Chow and get it off the board, I think we're going to win the game. Because, like, what's the Yveltal going to do? Porygon go first. Yeah, this would redirect. This is good. Bro, if I had U-turn here, that'd be savage. Yeah, Mind Chow's not going to have Protect. I'd laugh if I froze it and I thaw it. Oh! Really? We just one-shotted it. What item was that thing holding? Holy moly. Yeah, I'll take that. What's your Yveltal really doing right now? It's a lot of damage on Yveltal. Probably putting him within... Oh my gosh, that's a big bulky boy over there. Actually, it's not bulky, I mean. Like, we're strong. Oblivion Wing, it's not going to do as much as you think. We have a light screen. And so we were correctly able to switch our situation. Once we realized that they didn't have the Amoonguss, we knew we had shots. We can take out that Lando. Reflex out. Yeah, we KO either of those guys with Porygon, I think, from here. I think there's a higher shot Yveltal might be vested. I think you have to respect Lando, though, because Yveltal shouldn't be able to break our Zacian. So I think if we just go, like, Ice Beam into the Lando, and still, like, a Flare Blitz into the Lando, it would get redirected. And if Lando protects and they hit us with something else from the Yveltal, that should be just fine. But I think I'm getting choice vibes from that Lando. Otherwise, why would it switch and not just protect? All right, it protects. It's fine. We can just do this next turn. They'll do some more damage to Warren Sim. We'll proc a Citrus Berry and be fine. There's no reason to spread it, and I'm over-respecting Sash because we haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen the Sash yet. I've seen Sash Lando a couple times in my life. And every time it's scary. And you can go for that. Not giving me enough damage. Screens are good, last time I checked. And so we're actually like waiting out this our own Trick Room. We have 2 turns left, right? So we can just bring in Zacian after this and just play off the Yveltal and win the game. So Ice Beam, big damage. Flare Blitz, big damage. You're going to go for a double protect, I would say. There's no reason why they shouldn't at this point since they are that behind and fish for crits. They made the right play. I always hate to see the double protects, but that is the right play in that situation. Big damage. See Sash? No Sash. Which means our Flare Blitz gets redirected into the Yveltal, which is totally fine anyways. Yes, we do be taking those. Big damage. Big damage. And the burn. Yo, my reward for correctly getting myself out of a bad situation. You know, they went taunt knockoff turn 1 into my Porygon slot, and I was like, no. They respected Porygon, and we punished them for it. And we still have all these big mons. Cinder's going to proc a berry if it hasn't already. Did I proc my berry yet? Either way, we do have this. This is the game. We don't need to show Thunderbolt. So, I think this game was a perfect example, again, of, you know, we didn't see all the mons that we thought we were going to see. They used Tornadus instead of something like the Amoonguss. They should have brought the Amoonguss. And we changed our game plan accordingly. Feels amazing, man. And we're climbing. We're climbing to rank 1. I'm glad I played another game. I'm glad I played one more game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to answer the question of the day, letting me know what's the highest rank you've ever achieved on ladder. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.